back to Sahara TV. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo. This is the Skype call segment when we give you the chance to give us feedback on the program we've been showing today. I hope you've been enjoying our show. We are covering the president's visit, President Buhari's visit to America, which happened earlier this week. And then we're also covering President Obama's visit to Africa, which is going on as we speak. We are going to take your Skype calls and know your view on some of the things we've been talking about today. We're also waiting to speak to the special assistant to President Buhari on media, and that's Malam Garba Shehu. He's going to join us and talk about the outcome of that visit, because there are so many stories out there that most of you are aware of in terms of what actually happened, some of the things that President Buhari said while in Washington. So we want to hear from his media team and let him explain further all the implications of some of those statements. Also, we are covering Obama's visit to Africa, and I know most of you are following the coverage across Africa and across the world. And we're going to discuss that with all our Skype callers. So we're going to go straight to our Skype callers, but as soon as we get Malam Garba Shehu, we are going to switch over to him and have him talk to us on some other issues. So joining us via Skype from Russia is Justice. Justice, welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you, Rudolph. How are you doing?
Good. From Russia again, we have Adiola. Adiola, welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you very much. How are you?
Good. And from UK, we have Scott. Scott, welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
In Belarus, we have Braithwaite. Welcome back to Sahara TV.
It's a pleasure, Rudolph.
And from Tennessee, we have Joseph, who just got back from Maiduguri. Joseph, welcome back to Sahara TV.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. So let me start with Justice in Russia. Justice, I hope you've been following, you followed Buhari's visit to Washington. What is the highlight for you?
You left Kelechi.
You didn't introduce someone.
So I have only 5 names. Who did I miss?
Kelechi.
Kelechi. Oh, Kelechi, where? In France?
No, from New York.
From where?
From New York.
Oh, New York. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that. They didn't give me your name. Yeah.
How are you, my brother?
Good, good, good. All right. So let's start with Justice in Russia.
Yeah. About the visit?
Yes, the visit. What was the high point, and were you impressed? What is your take?
Yeah, I think I was. I think there are many things to take out from it. He spoke about how our ministers under the previous government stole a lot of food, going to billions of dollars every day, every day. So he said he's already getting documents and evidences on how to prosecute these people. So, and then I think he also said that over $150 billion of our money is stolen all over the world. So if he can really recover this money as he promised, to be very good for us. And I believe that his visit also strengthened our bilateral relations with the U.S.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, I'll come back to you for. But let's go to Adiola. We have a lot of people, so we'll make it brief so that everybody will get a chance to speak. Adiola, what's your take? What's your take on the visit?
For me, the president discussed extensively with the United States president. I must really commend him for speaking about retrieving stolen. Hello.
Go ahead.
Okay. I must really commend the president for speaking about retrieving the stolen wealth, and I must also commend him for making his plan when the issue of.
Okay, all right. Adiola, just hold on. I think someone's live stream is the volume is up. It's interfering with us. I don't know who you are, but our technical team might be able to find out. But I will ask you to turn it down. Otherwise, they might get you off our Skype segment. All right, Adiola, go ahead.
Okay, as I was saying, I said I'm so glad the president spoke about trying to retrieve our stolen wealth and is asking the United States to help him to get that done. Then the second issue he spoke about is turning down the issue of legalizing homosexuality in Nigeria. For me, that's a and the issue of our ministers, who he said has stole over about $1 billion barrels of crude oil every day, selling it. For me, they fight against corruption. They fight against corruption to start it immediately. And I think on a general note, this sausage, going by what he said and going by his body reaction.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Adeola. Scott, let me ask you, people are worried about, the cost of this trip and the outcome. What concrete things did he come back with? What is your take on the outcome of this visit?
Thank you, Rodolphe. This is the first time I'm going to be speaking to you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
About Buhari, the thing is, I'm one of those Nigerians who hold the views that it's enough of these foreign trips, like traveling abroad. Really, it's all been waste of government funds over the years. We don't seem to learn from history. Now, one of the major things for me that I thought Buhari would have achieved was secure the arms deal with the US. And that has proven to be futile. Well, I'll shed more light on that when we speak. But for me, I really do not see the significance of this trip. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Braithwaite, let's go to that arms deal, the issue of whether the Americans are willing to sell sophisticated weapons to Nigeria. I will now pause before you answer, Braithwaite. I will pause so that we will play a video of Buhari making a speech at the United States Institute of Peace, where he said something about the Leahy Law, which stops America from selling arms to countries that are accused of violating human rights, the military of countries that are accused of violating the human rights of citizens. We play that video and I'll get your answer at the other end. So let's listen.
Last two questions, and briefly, Dr. Pauline Baker.
Mr. President, welcome. And I've been a student of Nigeria for many years, and first of all, I want to tell you that I have never.
Our forces have remained largely impotent because they do not possess the appropriate weapons and technology which we could have had the so-called human rights violations not been an obstacle. Unwittingly, and I dare say unintentionally, the application of the Leahy Law amendment by the United States government has aided and abetted the Boko Haram terrorists in the prosecution of its extremist ideology.
All right, Braithwaite, I don't know if you heard the president speaking, complaining about the law that is stopping Nigeria from getting the arms that Nigeria is looking for from the Americans. What is your take on the visit vis-a-vis the goal, which is to help get arms to fight Boko Haram?
Yeah, whoever that is, the noise is really loud.
Okay, Braithwaite, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Rudolph.
Okay, go ahead.
I saw that issue earlier, about 2 days ago. What I felt is that United States of America, they accused our military of human rights violations, and the Leahy Law prohibits them from selling war materials to countries that have violated human rights. I think the president should be fast in seeing a way to prosecute these people before getting the arms deal. But the United States, to me, are also delaying. If our country sees that they are delaying, they can turn to Russia to buy these military equipment because United States, they did it to Iraq, and Iraq has to turn to Russia to buy equipment. it's a matter of going to my enemy to buy something. I feel maybe Nigeria is afraid that if they go to Russia, which is for now somehow enemy of the United States of America, that that United States might be angry. But I think if America is really delaying and human beings are dying, Nigeria can go to Russia to buy some of these equipment. That's my own submission.
All right, thank you so much. Joseph, let me hear your view about what the president said during this trip concerning recovery of funds stolen. He mentioned about 150 billion that was stolen from Nigeria in the few years back, and he thinks that America could help Nigeria to recover these funds. What is your take on the visit, and then address the fund issue?
I want to be very, very very careful here because, you know, when you talk about Buhari coming to power, the main point of Buhari, President Buhari, he says coming in to fight corruption. Corruption is one of the major things that he keep hitting all the time. Now, when you look at it, Buhari is a nice man. I don't have any problem with him. But people working with him, people that surrendered President Buhari, that supported him, get him into power, into presidency. What next? What happened? What happened to them? So this issue of fighting corruption, when you want to talk about fighting corruption, it has to start from the people that supported you. These people, they are members of your party. They are the top officials in your party. When you travel out of the country, you say you want to fight corruption, you want to do this, you want to do this. Like, let me tell you something. The past president, Goodluck Jonathan, he said, Sanusi came out and said $50 billion was missing. The next time he came out, he said 30 billion. The next time he came out, he said 20 billion. Nobody know even the exact amount that was even missing. And this issue, later, so many of them ran away from PDP back to APC. And these are the people that supported him and put him into power. And you were talking about traveling out of the country, you want to fight corruption, you want to fight corruption. We have to be very careful here. Now, the thing I want everybody to understand, when you say you want to start fighting corruption, the corruption, how are you going to fight it? Are you going to bring the people that supported you, people who are including the people who are in your party? I don't want to mention names. You understand? Even including some, I'm very careful when talking. You understand? Even international, big people, big foreigners, as in big top executive in so many countries, they were even involved in corruption, that they robbed them. I don't want to mention name. With the past vice president of Nigeria. You understand? So telling me America want to help Nigeria fighting corruption, you know, is not.
Okay. Thank you, Joseph. Let me get Kelechi's view because I want to make sure everybody they all have chance to speak. Kelechi, so Joseph was saying that Buhari has to start with people around him, and he said during this trip that APC members are not going to be excluded, that they are also going to, if they are corrupt, that they are going to face justice. What is your take on the visit in general and the issue of accomplishing the goal of that trip?
I think, thank you, Rudolph, and thank you, friends. My take there is this. The visit has two dimensions. One is discussing domestic issues, and the second is discussing bilateral issues. The issue of corruption and the issue of the domestic affairs of Nigeria, I think, should be left for Nigeria and the president and whosoever that is part of this government to handle. We don't really need to announce it. If you want to fight corruption, you know what to do. Build the right institutions, empower the Economic and Financial Crime Commission and the ICPC to be independent. You don't need to say, I'm going to arrest this person or arrest this person. Let those institutions do what they are set up to do, and that is to make sure that no corrupt politician or a person in Nigeria will go scot-free if you are found wanting in anything that has to do with stealing from our Commonwealth. Number two, with the issue of selling arms to Nigeria. And I contributed an article with the Human Rights Watch. I totally disagree with the United States on that. And my reasons are these. Human Rights and Amnesty cannot just come up with a report indicting Nigeria. They are not the judge and they are not the jury. So that indictment is what the United States is running on now based on the Leahy Act. And let me also make it very clear. Under the law of war, Protocol 52 and 2 of the protocol stated that if any individual within a sovereignty takes up arms against that sovereignty, you will be treated as an enemy combatant. And that is exactly what our military did. There may be pockets where they kind of overreacted, but they acted within the ambits of international law. Boko Haram was cutting people's heads. Boko Haram kidnapped our daughters. Boko Haram was raping our women. They were bombing churches and bombing mosques. The Nigerian military reserves every right to retaliate in a manner that is consistent with that transgression. And that is exactly what they did. So for Amnesty to come up and say they committed human rights violations, so you are telling us that our military would have just folded their arms and not retaliated and let these guys finish the entire country in the name of trying to hold on to human rights. We understand the ambits of human rights. We understand that there are some things the military cannot do in a typical war, but you have to understand that this asymmetric war has to do with enemies that are determined to bomb themselves and kill you at the same time. So they don't respect any law guiding war. So if our military acted in that capacity, I don't see the reason why United States, who is one of our very strong allies, cannot support Nigeria militarily to fight insurgency. It's like telling the Middle East countries or the Persian Gulf countries, I'm not going to support you fight ISIS or fight Al-Qaeda. Think about it. Are we worse compared to Saudi Arabia in human rights violation? Are we worse compared to Syria? Are we worse compared to Iran at the moment that they are negotiating with?
Even Sudan, common Sudan.
Are we worse with many other countries that America and the P5+1 have negotiated to support in order to fight extremism and insurgency? Why is Nigeria singled out to be treated in this manner? So what it means is this. The people in this cabinet should learn how to do one thing, and that is to form a new alliance. In international diplomacy, there's no permanent friend. What you have is permanent interest, and you must protect it with everything you have. Nigeria is a sovereignty, and we must be treated as such and like one.
All right.
We can decide to do what we want to do with any international partner that wants to offer us assistance to protect our homeland security and sovereignty.
All right, Kelechi, thank you so much. I've just been told that Malam Garba Shehu will join us in about 5 minutes. So we are going to ask him some of these questions from the perspective of the presidency about the trip, the outcome, and we want to know whether it's worth it. And we get clearance and also understanding about some of the issues that came up too. But while we wait for him to join us in about 4 minutes, I want to go back to you, Justice, in Russia. What is your take on Obama's current ongoing visit to Kenya and Ethiopia?
Sorry,
somebody has not spoken.
Oh, okay, hold on. Who has not spoken?
I haven't spoken at all. Sorry.
What's your name?
Sorry to jump in like this.
What's your name?
Scott. My name is Scott.
Scott, I called you. I thought I did. Okay,
no,
all right. Sorry, Scott.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Basically, because now there are like loads of issues that I've got to respond to, but I will just react to the various comments so that I can fulfill the 4 minute slot.
Okay.
I don't know if it was Kelechi that was talking just now. I mean, he basically has, slapped America front, back, and center. But we've got to realize that these human rights violation issues that have been raised are real and concrete. They're not abstract. There are evidence to prove that the Nigerian military go to villages, round up people, claim these people are Boko Haram, and then summarily execute them. The videos are there with the evidence are on the internet. If you want to look for it, go and search for it. I think Sarah Reporter did a documentary one time with Al Jazeera. You know, there are satellite images. I mean, these are clear cases. It's not someone cooking up facts. Okay, if your military is violating human rights of the people, the local people, clean up your military before asking. Then, secondly, the issue of discussing with Russia to get weapons. Where do you think these terrorists are getting weapons from? They are using Russian-made weapons. So if you want to fight the terrorists, are you going to use the same weapons they have, or you're going to use superior weapons? America and its allies basically do what they call joint decision. If America says no to you, France is going to say no to you, the UK is going to say no to you, and various Western allies will say no to you because these are strategic partners in the fight against terrorism. Okay? So if America is saying to you, clean up your military, the UK is definitely going to say clean up your military. But if Russia is going to be rogue to send you, to sell weapons to you, then you go there. Iraq is getting weapons from Russia. Iranian terrorists, they're getting weapons from Russia. The same weapons destabilizing Africa are gotten from Russia. Okay, I would have shared more details and more light on this, but I cannot talk because of the limited slot I've got. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Scott. Thank you so much. While we wait for Malam Garba Shehu to join us, I want to come to Justice. Justice in Russia, what is your take on Obama's visits to Africa so far, what you've seen in the news? How is it being reported in Russia, by the way?
I get my news from you guys, from channels, from TVC and Silverbird. That's all. So what am I trying to say? I'm somebody that do not really believe that African countries, after messing up our countries by ourselves, we start looking for international help. You find a situation where a Nigerian, for example, or an African gets an opportunity to become a leader, to become a president, a governor, a senator. He gets there, he loses our treasury. You see, and then before then he was complaining about the system. He loses our treasury and leaves us in the situation where we are today. And then we start looking for Obama to visit us. We start looking for David Cameron to visit us. You see, so I'm really not somebody that is impressed.
Okay. Justice, yeah. I have to stop you here. I'm told that we have to take a break so that we can get Malam Shehu on the line. But stand by, because after we speak to Malam Shehu, we are going to come back and have this discussion about Obama and the visit to Africa.